I'll start by saying that non-toxic living really does not exist. There's no way to fully live completely non-toxic, as much as people kind of advertise that, as much as I talk about that here on my channel. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena from Wholeness Campaign, and today I want to talk with you about finding balance when it comes to non-toxic living or low toxic living, however you want to talk about it. I just wanted to give a kind of like an overview because I know this is going to be something that I go into a lot more in my upcoming videos. And so I want to kind of give a little bit of an emotional side of piece of things, make sure that everybody's on the same page with where I'm coming from, and help you guys to kind of take a posture in your own heart when it comes to detoxing your home, detoxing your lifestyle that is healthy and holistically healthy, not just physically healthy. So I'll start by saying that non-toxic living really does not exist. There's no way to fully live completely non-toxic, as much as people kind of advertise that, as much as I talk about that here on my channel. There really is no way to completely avoid toxins. We live in a world where people around us are using things that potentially can harm your health, and we are interdependent with those people, unfortunately, sometimes. But that's part of living in community, part of living on this world, is that we are affected by other people. Can't really fully ever avoid toxins, and I think that that's not really the point. The point is really just to find a place of balance with your health and really avoid the major stressors. And I think that's a really good place to start, is that you really are not looking to completely avoid all toxins, but you're looking to get to a place of a healthy balance where your body can detox properly. I like the analogy of just kind of working your healing journey from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. I think people can feel like, oh, this toxins or all these, all the things that you're surrounded by in your environment are affecting me. And I think switching that mentality to being like, I can actually heal myself so that I'm not as affected by the environments that I'm placed in. Now, obviously that's easier said than done, but I think the mentality switch of, everybody else is affecting me, that kind of victim mentality, versus I have power to alter my environment, but also alter my own physical body so that I'm not as affected by the environment. I think it can be a more empowering approach to all of this stuff. So that's kind of the premise that I'm coming under here. And I do kind of want to go into this a little more because I really believe that there are always trade-offs. So as much as it would be amazing to have a budget of like millions of dollars to create a completely non-toxic living space, that's not most of our situations. I think it might even be for the better. What's interesting about that I've been kind of learning about even just like home renovations and how to make them non-toxic is that there really is always trade-offs, and the time it takes, the energy it takes, all of the money that it takes to help your environment become a space that feels safe to you. It's a lot. It's a lot. And recognizing that for every piece of fully non-toxic thing that you buy, there is a trade-off for that, whether it's the time of building it yourself, whether it's the money of buying it from a really expensive brand. I would love that for all of us, so that all the brands in the world were super healthy, but there really are trade-offs. And I think the mental trade-off is something that's not talked about a lot in this space, that the mental side of managing or even thinking about, or sometimes people obsessing about, making sure that everything in their environment is perfectly non-toxic can be a huge, huge harm to your health in terms of stress. And so as I talk about these things here on my channel, just know that I'm coming at this from a place of not wanting to bring more stress to you, but wanting to give you the right things and give you direction for creating a lesser toxic lifestyle. But I'm also recognizing that there are always trade-offs in every season. There's mental trade-offs, and this process of detoxing your life, you could say that it is more than just physical toxins. You could say that it's about a lot of different things, but it really does take time, and the energy and the money and all of that goes into kind of moving in this direction really is a journey. And so I encourage you, if you are kind of looking at this as a black and white, one and done, get it all done, get it to my top standard right away, kind of mentality with detox, whether it's with your body or with your home, to kind of step out of that and recognize that this is all a journey, and this is all a process that you're going to go on, and it's a direction that you're going in. And so my hope is to kind of help point you in the right direction, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to go running in that direction right away, or that your timeline is going to look the same as another person's timeline. And so part of this is like recognizing that you are still always powerful in whatever situation you're in, to do what you can and do the best that you can, and let that stress, let that anxiety about the external environment go. I think it's really important, especially if you're in a healing season, that you're not partnering with fear in this way. When it comes to this whole, world of kind of creating lesser toxic lifestyles, there can be so much fear, and the fear and the stress around the fear, your body actually processes any kind of dysregulation as fear in your body. Whether or not you are aware of it, these little kind of anxieties, whether you want to call it anxiety, whether you want to call it fear, or whether you want to just call it like, some kind of like building angst, it's processed in your body the same, and it actually turns on your fight or flight response. Your sympathetic system of your body is then heightened because you're put in this state of fight or flight, and what we're trying to move out of is this chronic state of fight or flight. And sometimes if you're moving too fast, or if you're stressing too much about the little things or the external things, you can actually be putting really high amounts of stress on your body. Your body's processing it as fear, and we really want to move forward in love and care for our bodies, which I believe is the opposite of fear. Maybe even just asking yourself, what does it look like for me to move forward in love and not fear? That might be a really good way to start. And what things could I focus on that feel the most loving towards me right now? That's the kind of mentality that I want to be promoting here on this channel, is that it's all love-based, not fear-based. So when I share the reasons why things are happening, I'm trying to bring awareness, but I don't want to be bringing fear. And so monitor your own heart and recognize your season, and make sure that when you're deciding of which changes to make when, that you're really yielding to that inner voice, that peace inside of you of what really feels right to me, what feels like it's actually not going to cause more stress on my life, and what is just the next best step for me on my journey. Not what is like the perfect thing, what is the biggest, most radical shift that I could make, how could I get to the finish line. There really isn't a finish line here, because like I said, we are so interdependent in a world that is surrounded by toxic things. And so it's an evolutionary process of us learning how to interact in our environment in loving ways. So I hope this video is helpful. My hope is to kind of preface the upcoming series that I'm gonna kind of go through, which is all about non-toxic living. I say non-toxic living, but like I said, it's really low toxic living. But I'm going to use the word non-toxic living because I think it's helpful and people understand it. But this is just a preface before I kind of go into some of these videos. And my hope would be to someday at one point maybe make a course around this. But I really want you to understand the heart of it before all these videos kind of come out. And hopefully you are able to just move forward in peace. So I hope this video is helpful. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It is my passion to walk alongside people as they heal and grow. It inspires me and hopefully brings encouragement to you. Thanks for watching.